Well, howdy y'all, Handy Redneck here. It's the 10th of May, 2019, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's about 54 degrees out. It's a little chilly, but I wanted to show y'all something. And we're going to get up in here and maybe y'all can see them. That's right, those are kiwi blossoms. And even though I think this variety is supposed to have a second pollinator for it, I plucked one blossom and I'm going around and I'm going to try to use it to pollinate some of these others. Now, again, I don't know that this is going to work because I think they're not self-fertile, but the plant itself does have a perfect blossom. And when you're talking about blossoms and stuff and them being perfect, that means that they've got both the male and the female parts on it. As you can see here, we've got the stamens around the edge, and then the pistil in the center, which is the female part. If you look at the flower at the bottom of the pistil there, you see what amounts to a little berry or fruit, and that's what we're trying to do, is get that berry or fruit to actually set a berry or fruit. Now, once again, like I say, I think this particular variety needs a second to pollinate it, needs a cross pollination, but I ain't got a second that's blooming. I do have a second, but it's not blooming right now. For some reason it's lagged in its development, so it is not blooming or anything. So as long as it's not blooming, well, we ain't getting no fruits. But like I say, I think this takes two to tango, but we're going to try rubbing this one flower that I sacrificed up onto these others and see if we can't get a fruit or two. I'm betting we don't, but it's worth a try. You can do this with squash and other plants, except with a squash plant and cucumbers and most cucurbits, most vine fruit, they've got what's known as imperfect flowers, in which case one flower will be considered a male flower and one flower will be considered a female flower. So we don't know. There are a lot of blooms up in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 blooms that I can find. And that's counting the one I picked. So hopefully in a couple more years we'll have some additionals, because even though these are not self-pollinating, I'm hoping that some of the clones that I'm trying to produce will be able to pollinate each other. I don't know. I'm hoping that the clones growing up in different soil conditions may actually be able to fertilize this parent, but we don't know. We're just gonna play around and see what we can see. I was going to try to do this with a Q-tip to begin with, but I don't know how well that'd work. You know, these flowers do have a very faint aroma. It's not bad. It's kind of like a yeasty, very light yeasty smell to them. But yeah, maybe, just maybe, we'll get something out of this. We ain't gonna hold our breath, but we're gonna try. And like I say, we got kiwi blooms. So if you've never seen a kiwi bloom, that's what they look like. Well, the kiwi berry, because technically speaking, this isn't a true kiwi. It's a kiwi berry, which they only get to be about grape size, and they're hairless. So we'll step over here to the edge of the woods, because I wanted to follow up with you on something over here. If you look, the black raspberries have bloomed and are starting to set fruit. I'm thinking this year, if the bees manage to get out and get stuff pollinated, well, that this will be a very fruitful year because of the amount of rain we're getting. We're getting between 2 and 4 inches of rain a week, which is a lot. And it's supposed to rain again today and tomorrow and throughout the weekend, but we'll see. But again, we're doing good. You know, the apple tree. I mean, look at that apple. It's swelling up nicely. There's a couple others that I thought was going to do something right next to it, but they seem to be dying back. So we might get 1 or 2 apples, which is more than I expected. We do have something else going on over here too. The mulberry tree is loaded with mulberries, but we got us a black walnut here that was started from seed. And if you look right there, it's got walnuts on it. Again, that black walnut was started from seed, and this is the second year it's produced. Last year it produced 2. This year it's got 3. Then up here we got the one of the pecans, and as you can see, it's blooming. I ain't holding my breath that it's going to actually put on any pecans, but it is blooming, so we'll see. Maybe in the next couple of years. Anyway, that's about it. This here's a handy redneck, and I'll talk at y'all later.